and welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be just a one game from the WC3 unit again. This is actually an old replay. This is at least five months old, I guess. And it has been cast by Mr. but yeah, I think that pretty much explains itself. Foggy spawning in as the blue Night Elf player in the top left. Pretty interesting, since Foggy, I'm pretty sure, mains undead. He will be tackling Night Elf, especially against a Night Elf main. Spawning in the bottom right as the yellow Night Elf, we have Sonik. Okay, something to note, it is on Crystal Kingdom. We haven't seen this map on the channel for quite some time. Not sure if there's any particular reason for that. I'm not sure if it's getting vetoed all the time when players choose their maps, but yeah. Altar of Elders will be completed for both players, and we should be seeing a couple of interesting picks here. Foggy is going to pick the Priestess of the Moon, so that's going to probably indicate a lot more focus on just range units, probably. I mean, it's not like Night Elves generally go ranged units anyway. Of course they do have bears, but we'll see. We'll see if Foggy even goes for bears. They are pretty much the main win condition for a Night Elf play, honestly, but with the Priest of the Moon that could be an entirely different story. So we'll have to wait and see. Hunter Soul, early Hunter Soul from Foggy, and we do have a rather delayed Ancient of War. So yeah, I don't see any other Ancient of Wars out for the Blue Night Elf, so it's really strange to see. And of course, very curious to see what Foggy's actually going to go for. Sonik has spotted this. He has a Wisp. I could have sworn he was going to drop himself his own Scout Moonwell, but that is not going to be the case. Sonik just going to go for the standard stuff here, starting out with the Demon Hunter. He is going to go for an early Hunter Soul as well. So we'll have to keep an eye out to see if there is going to be a second Ancient of War or not. But the Hunter Soul is probably just there to make his own Huntresses to deal with the potential Huntress harassment coming out from Foggy. We have the Searing Arrows being the first ability from the Priest of the Moon. It is kind of unfortunate that he has to deal with the Demon Hunter because, I mean, he has an entire mana pool to burn, so it just really sucks for the Priestess. And as you can see already 100 mana being burnt, as the Demon Hunter has, I believe, faster base movement speed than the Priestess. Yeah, apparently a Demon Hunter is a lot faster than a White Tiger. Albeit the Tiger is carrying someone, so I guess it does make kind of sense. Ancient of War not making anything as it goes straight into tier 2, actually. What is this? Sonik placed an Ancient of War and he is wreaking havoc, I guess. The first Huntress is out, the second one is on the way, but what is this? What is this even? Sonik will have a field day with this, in fact, because he can just eat up all the trees, heal up as much as it can. Is it just eating all the trees? That would be a really a weird way to pretty much take out all the resources of your opponent. Just eat all their trees and then they'll have to go for trees that are just further away. It's very weird that I'm seeing from Sonik here. His Demon Hunter is still roaming around halfway to level 2. We have 100 out already and more are coming. Ultravision is being researched, and here we go. Foggy is going to try his best to defend his trees. I think Sonik is going to keep attacking those trees. Could have maybe potentially dealt some damage against the Moonwell or something like that, but no, it's going to go straight after those trees. I don't think it's eaten double digits just yet. And oh, there we go, it's going rapid fire on those trees right now. And the Priestess of the Moon, I'm not sure if she should be burning her mana just to deal with this Ancient of War, but I guess you need as much damage as possible. Tree of Ages is nearly completed for both players. Foggy will reach that before his opponent. Sonic is going to be using the Wand of Illusion to just replicate his Demon Hunter and tank as much damage as possible, dealing with this Mammoth Camp here. I'm pretty sure the Mammoth Camp just drops consumable item. It is going to be another Wand of Illusion right there, and the Foggy is going to move out after he's dealt with that one Ancient of War. Very, very interesting strategy, question mark, from Sonic. I guess that's where his second Ancient of War went, and I don't know how much damage it dealt. I'm not sure how many trees destroyed translates into resource loss, because Wisp don't actually kill trees. They just attach themselves to it, so yeah, very weird. We are gonna have double Ancient of Winds, so again, it's most likely because of the Priestess of the Moon. Her True Shot aura is going to... it's just going to be helpful, honestly. And this Goblin Laboratory Camp will be cleared out fairly easily as well, especially with the second Wand of Illusion right there. Able to tank a lot of damage. And yeah, the Demon Hunter should get level 3, he will indeed. Get himself the Watch Award and potentially a good item. I mean, he already has +6 claws, so that's fairly decent in itself. Pair up the Vitality has been picked up as well, so extra bit of tankiness, probably not something the Demon Hunter actually needs. And I did hear an owl. Could be indicating maybe Sentinels have been researched, but we'll have to see if that is actually the case. Fairy Dragons are coming out. Mass Fairy Dragons from Foggy. This is really weird. Thankfully Fairy Dragons are piercing damage, so they can actually attack those Dryads, but they're gonna have a lot of difficult time dealing with those Dryads. Sonic has spotted out a lot of those Fairy Dragons already, and he should probably formulate a counter to this, honestly. He's doing it well so far. He's very close to tier 3, which is very important. Once you get that Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter, he's pretty much your anti-air right there. And we do have the Ice Gate being under fire, of course. Foggy should be aware of this since his Fairy Dragon has spotted this, I believe. Yeah, I mean, you clearly see it right now, but the Ice Gate will fall regardless. And here we go with this Fairy Dragon attack. Oh god, that is extremely weird. Of course, all Sonic needs to do is make a couple of Dryads and they should be well and dandy for that Fairy Dragon army, but I don't know, with the True Shot aura and +1 attack upgrades, +2 attack upgrades very soon as well, this might be a formidable force. It's basically flying machines, but kind of less because they're not as easily massed as flying machines are, since flying machines are basically cheap as chips and cost 1 food, meanwhile Fairy Dragons I believe cost 2. It's gonna be weird. Of course Mana Flares could be complete havoc, but I doubt Sonic will intentionally cast spells in front of those Fairy Dragons right there. And we have Foggy going for an Ancient Protector push. Okay, I don't know how he can actually like push back the bears with just Fairy Dragons. I mean, they don't exactly deal that much damage. And there we go, Ancient Protectors are gonna fall. Mana Burn onto the Naga Sea Witch, as she is picked up as the second hero of Foggy. Again, just emphasizing the ranged capabilities of these units here. Almost level 3 on the Priestess. She could have gotten it if the Naga obviously wasn't there, but one more kill is enough for that level 3 Priestess. We'll most likely get the... I actually don't know, honestly. Searing Arrows could be great, but since the the Demon Hunter just straight up burns all the mana of the Priestess. Perhaps True Shot Aura is maybe worthwhile taking over it, and yes, we will. We will indeed have True Shot Aura level 2, leveled up for the Priestess, and that was a TP Staff, not a TP Scroll, okay. Kinda confused me, but I guess he didn't have a TP Scroll to begin with. 50 supply, pretty much all of them are Fairy Dragons. Wow, look at that damage. That is an amazing amount of damage right there. In fact, despite the Fairy Dragons being piercing instead of magic, which deals bonus against those bears, they are doing a surprising amount of DPS against one bear at a time. The focus fire is rather amazing, actually. Foggy has a lot of low hit point huntresses. He will be microing them very nicely, and of course, I'm surprised Foggy has, you know, pretty good micro capabilities, but seeing he is pretty much an undead player, it kind of does make sense. Of course, Priestess is trying to kite the bear as much as possible. Actually, the bear's just running away instead. Naga Sea Witch is being chased by the Demon Hunter. This is how I wanted it. Demon Hunter is racking up another kill on a Naga Sea Witch. Naga's probably not going to get out of there. She's been poisoned quite a bit by the Demon Hunter, and she will fall with the level 2 mana burn. Meanwhile, over on this side, Foggy going to deal a lot more damage against those bears again. No, they're going to go after those wisps, and yeah, this is basically better harassment than destroyers can ever do, or at least destroyers without mana. Obviously, if they do have mana, then maybe they might be a little better. Archers probably could be a good counter against these Fairy Dragons, since they do receive less piercing damage themselves. The only problem is Sonik is not doing it. Priestess at the Fountain of Mana. I believe this is the Fountain of Health over here. Oh, it's also mana? Okay, okay, I got confused right there. Oh well. Sonik is in a weird and especially awkward position, because this is something that you don't usually see. But here we go, Sonik going for an Alchemist, so might as well just ramp up the crazy again. Chemical Rage has been learned as the first ability of the Goblin Alchemist. Not sure how the Alchemist is going to be an answer for the Fairy Dragons, but it's gonna be weird. I mean, Alchemist is basically one of those heroes that you can learn every single ability of. Of course, mana constraints is definitely a problem, but yeah, every single ability of his is very much viable. Healing Spray might be the least optimal, since it can heal your opponents, but yeah, if you have no way of actually sustaining, Healing Spray is still, you know, average at the worst. And here we go, Acid Bomb being trained up as level 2 ability right there, and a lot of those Huntresses, they are unarmored. Now they're pretty much like receiving 100% damage. It's basically chaos damage from all these units, but the Fairy Dragons just do not care. With their True Shot Aura, they are dealing +4 attack. It could be a lot more if +3 attack upgrades were actually trained up, but it doesn't matter too much, since, I mean, the bears can't attack back, and you can see all that magical essence from those Fairy Dragons. Of course, they can shift out of reality if they receive damage. Of course, it's kind of exploitative from Sonik right there. If he wants to keep his opponents, or keep his Fairy Dragons from actually running away, he can just activate the phase shift. Since it's autocast, you can't actually control it too much, unless you disable it, of course. And the Alchemist, still level 2. Chemical Rage obviously gives him a ranged attack, but it's weird. Maybe a Panda would have been great as well, but I guess you have to aim the Breath of Fire. I don't know. I guess Alchemist is pretty good in that aspect. He can toss out an Acid Bomb, affect a lot of those units, and yeah, here we go. Level 5 on that Priestess of the Moon. I'm surprised she actually racked up enough experience for that. Alchemist is going to pop the Invulnerability Potion right there. Level 2 on the Naga Sea Witch. Are we gonna have any mana flares coming out? No, it does not look like it. Those fairy dragons are just going to go do their work. The alchemist is going to TP scroll away as well. He was reaching out of invulnerability right there, and Foggy, without sustaining too much casualties, is looking pretty good. He's not actually started level 3 attack upgrades just yet. I feel like he could benefit from that a lot, but so far he's just not doing it just yet. And Sonic's just keeping up with those bears. I'm not sure how. Yeah, I'm not sure how well that's going to be. I mean, sure, bears in theory they can be pretty hard to deal with, but that's just a lot of dragons. I mean, it's probably too late to actually mess up dryads. It's probably too late to go hippogriffs as well. It's just a really bad position for Sonic to be in. His double heroes can't really deal with that fairy dragon threat. There's just too much DPS. I guess the only thing that can actually help it a little bit is those bears just constantly rejuve you know, Sonic's units at all times and make sure the fairy dragons just don't burst them out. And we might have another fight here. Frost arrows and searing arrows being combined together. Sonic with 0/0 upgrades on his bears. It's very big struggle. And here we go, this fight. Acid Bomb, I believe, has yet to be tossed out. Oh no, it has been tossed out, and the Chemical Raging Alchemist is trying to do as much DPS as possible, but I think there's just not enough bears to tank this, and a Scroll of Healing will be used. Top up those Fairy Dragons, Nagasi, which does get pushed away by the mana burn from the Demon Hunter. And right now the Priest of the Moon is in charge of pathing for that Demon Hunter, and sadly he will live thanks to the rejuvenation. And there we go with another Acid Bomb, reducing the armor value of those units right there. But there's just not enough anti-air solution for for Sonic. He can kill like 1 or 2 dragons, but then he has no way of dealing with the rest because his units are just face tank a lot of magical balls. There we go. I heard 1 fairy dragon getting taken out, but it's not a very common sound you hear because they just haven't been killed all that much. And being pushed away back to his own base, this is a very big struggle right now. Preservation Staff will be used, but the bear is going to die regardless because he pretty much just TP'd a couple of feet away. And it seems like Foggy's actually going to choose to retreat. His Priestess did take quite a bit of damage from the Alchemist there, but he's without his Chemical Rage, he is fairly non-threatening, I think. Oh, actually, oh no, he has an anti-air attack without actually relying on Chemical Rage. Okay, that's very interesting. I thought that he needed to be raged, but that is not going to be the case. Level 3 on the Alchemist. I'm not sure what is going to be picked up second or third. It could be a level 2 Rage, or it could be a level 2 Acid Bomb. Rage might be a better solution, but we'll have to wait and see. Priestess, very close to level 6. I'm very interested to see if Foggy will actually go for a Starfall. But seeing as Sonic doesn't have that much of an army count, Starfall might not be that great of an ability. His Huntresses are stuck, and I don't know why that happened. I think Foggy was stuck by those seals, and that's not... that was very, very clumsy of him. There we go, another rejuvenation's gonna happen, but Fog Lightning will just go for that instantaneous burst. Foggy is playing cat and mouse, honestly. He could definitely just fight this, but he is being rather conservative. His Nagaseo Witch is going to pop a health potion and a scroll of healing, and here we go with the Alchemist. He is going to toss out those bottles. I'm not sure if they're beer bottles or anything, but yep. Trying his best. He has a rejuvenation potion if he needs it, but of course that is an out of combat item. Bears are being chased around. Meanwhile, the Priestess is being chased around by the Alchemist himself. There we go, level 6. Will we see Starfall or not? She is out of mana, so it might as well just be Searing Arrows. Dryads are coming out, but Dryads, yeah, 1 or 2 Dryads is probably not enough to deal with this fact. Oh, okay, I missed the grandest of chases ever. Nagaseo Witch still dies by the Demon Hunter's hands, of course. Keeping to the script, nothing has changed. And it seems like the Alchemist will fall after he just ran out of Moonwell juice. Fairy Dragon still with +2 attack upgrades. Foggy has a lot of resources. He's not using them, but I think he's just more focused on actually just relying on his micro there. And Sonik will lose himself a Zeppelin. Almost lost himself a bear, but thanks to the preservation staff, he will keep that sucker alive. The Priestess is in danger. 1 more hit and a mana burn should finish the deal. And there we go, mana burn has been used. Goblin Sapper will be used to try and deal some damage to the Demon Hunter, but yeah, the Demon Hunter will live, and he is dangerously close to level 6. There we go. Metamorphosis is now in play. I don't know if it will work, but Foggy has not actually... he hasn't actually masked up again. I don't know what he's doing right now, because he is not making any more fairy dragons. Oh, never mind, I spoke too soon. He just started. Not the grandest of fleets of fairy dragons anymore. Definitely a lot has died in the time of combat, but yeah, they are still working at it. Wisps are definitely under fire. Bears just can't do anything against them. Sonik is going for a counterattack. And there we go, the beautiful demon of the actual Demon Hunter. Metamorphosis will, of course, attain you chaos damage. Not the best time to be coming out here, Nagaseo Witch. You had struggles against Demon Hunters, you will have struggles against an actual demon. And it seems like the Priestess will be hired from the tavern. Sonic's just going absolutely crazy at this base. Of course, the Metamorphosis gives you splash damage as well. You should probably attack the Hunter's Soul, honestly. That'll gain the most amount of DPS, but I don't think he cares too much. Fairy Dragons are going to have one badass time as the Demon Hunter's just doing a lot of splash. Now we see what she needs to be careful. Of course, the Orb of Venom still modifies the attack, but I think Foggy's lived this out. Metamorphosis will lose its effect right now, and the Demon Hunter will go back to his normal self, which could be bad because he is now the main target of Foggy. Nope, it seems like the bears are still the target of Foggy and will actually die.
A player's forces are under attack.
Nagaseo is coming back thinking, hey, the demon's gone, I'll just go out in the open again, and now the Demon Hunter is going to chase her again. Moonwells are still empty, so there's no way to recoup. The game slowed down to a very rather uninteresting state. Let me just put it like that. Foggy is kind of supply blocked, so yeah, he can't actually mass up more dragons, unfortunately, but he's working on that. Demon Hunter still roaming around, looking for either a Priestess or a Nagaseo Witch for himself. He'll just go after those dragons, maybe. Here we go. Alchemist is back. He still has his replenishment potion.
Are under attack.
Nugget is going to TP back with double scrolls of healing and an invulnerability potion. So it's pretty good. Could definitely heal right now, but we'll save that for the surprise during battle. If only you could see how much damage one single hero has done. I feel like the Demon Hunter will skyrocket like immensely, but for now, yeah, we don't actually have that luxury. And there we go. Scroll of Healing will be used by Foggy to heal up most of those dragons. Definitely he could spread out his dragons a little bit, but that's just extra bit of micro that he could, you know, could be nitpicked. Level 7 Priest of the Moon, will we have Starfire? Maybe. Probably not, since Starfire is actually a pretty slow rated attack. Definitely the level 3 Searing Arrows is in play, but does Foggy have enough DPS? Those bears are absorbing a lot of damage, which is... The bears are not really the important aspects of Sonic's army. He needs to focus down those heroes. Yes, his heroes will be rejuvenated, but honestly, you're just giving the Sonic's heroes just time to attack back. And here we go. Tree of Ages will uproot itself as the Blessing of Nature has been researched, and yeah, I think it's a war of treants right now. The Tree of Eternity is going to entangle himself into this new gold mine, and this will guarantee the longevity of Sonic's play. If Sonic can't finish the deal here, he can definitely just, you know, keep playing as he has a new base, and Metamorphosis is back, and it is dealing tons of damage. Hopefully you can see all that splash damage triggering that phase shift, and well, he's not as tanky as he would like. Rejuvenation is going to be popped onto him, and that will be hopefully enough for him to just fight this. Nagasi, which is dangerously close to being killed off. Invulnerability potion will be used, but the priestess just gets taken out like that. Easy done by Sonic. A bold move from Foggy. I think if he kept his pressure on to a higher level, I think he definitely could have won that. But Sonic was just he persevered too much, and that is going to be that. Level 7 first heroes there. Can't see how much damage the heroes actually dealt, but I feel like the Demon Hunter just blew it away. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys again next time. My university is back and running, so I am going back to school. I'm going to be a lot more busy.